guys, welcome back to my channel. So right now I'm in New York with Redken, but I had some extra time before the day starts, so I'm going to do this voiceover. So this is the before, and what we're doing is just going blonder, and you see all that dark underneath, how she just has some like highlights on top, because we're doing more of a balayage look before, but now she wants to be a lot blonder. So what we're going to do is tackle all of this underneath stuff. And what I'm doing is taking like 1-inch sections. I have everything split into 4 quadrants, and then I'm slicing a slice on top of that 1-inch section and then weaving. I usually do fine weaves or baby lights. Whatever you want to do is fine. And then I'm going to tease that little tiny section of the weaves, and then I'm going to paint that with Lightener. So you'll see me use the board the whole time, because I love using the board for this technique. It just makes everything easier, make sure I saturate fully, and I don't get any spotting. This board's from Framar, and I love it. I always get questions on where I get this board, and it is from Framar. And if you just saw, the lightener I'm using is Kadus powder lightener, and I have 20 volume with it, and I'm not painting over the ends. I'm leaving those ends out because they are already lifted enough, and they will hold a toner when we go to tone, so I don't need to lift those. So I just do this all the way up the back of the head. You'll see me speed this up and then skip around. I'm actually doing this over the entire head, just going horizontal sections, baby lighting the top, slice, and then teasing, and then painting on that lightener. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just do this all over, and then we will go to tone. You'll see a couple more like shots of me doing other sections, so just keep watching to see that, and then I will come back and describe what I'm doing when I tone her. So continue watching. Okay, and so now with those popped out pieces, I just felt like it was kind of brassy and just faded. So what I'm doing is taking that leftover 20 volume developer, and it has Redken pH bonder in it as always, and I'm just putting it on those ends just to pop them a little bit right before we go to rinse. So this is maybe like 5 minutes before I go to rinse her, and I just want to get rid of any extra toner or any extra, like, I don't know, pool water, things like that. You know, it's summer, so they have everything in their hair in the summer, and get rid of that brass. So once that's left on for about 5 minutes, I don't want to leave it on too long because they're already pre-lightened, and so I want to be careful with that. I'm just going to pull out her foils like that, and then this is, I rinsed all the lightener out, and this is step 2 pH bonder. So I get questions all the time on how I comb out teas, and I have a couple clips and some videos, some other videos on how I do it, but this is how I do it. I rinse out the lightener, put step 2 on, and then just take a wet brush in each little section that I teased and just start brushing it out. It comes out pretty easily, as you can see. I mean, this clip is sped up a little bit, but it really does come out really easily because that step 2 has so much slip to it. It's like it's a step 2 bonder, so it's like healing the hair from lightening and sealing it while also making it easy for me to comb out the teas. So I always use step 2 because it has all that slip and it's really good. So now this is the toner. This is the root toner, so I'm using 8GI, and you can kind of see how I mix the toners. I just put in what I need. This is 7NA. Putting that in. And then just a little bit of 6NA. I find that if I'm going to use this, like if they have a level 6 or lower natural root, I need to add a little bit of something deeper just to make sure it blends. And now this is the overall color, so this is 9N, so this is a toner for mids and ends. 9N, pouring that in the bottle, that's a little bit more. 9N, just a splash, because I didn't have enough in that first bottle. And then this is 8V. I really like this combination because it cools it down but also keeps it really shiny and vibrant. So sometimes if you do too many cool tone colors, it can get dull, and so that 9N is in there to keep it nice and bright. And that's just a little bit more of 8V as well. So I only have 9N and 8V in that, and then I do equal parts in the bottle, and then I go apply this all over her head, first with the roots and then moving on to the ends. Okay, as you can see, those ends grabbed onto that 8V a little too much, whereas the mid shaft didn't, but the ends did. So I'm going to show you how to kind of reverse that. So I rinse out all of the toner, and then I'm mixing up 20 volume Kadus powder lightener and shampoo. Mix that all up, and then I'm just going to rub this on the ends that took a little too much to that toner for about 3 minutes. It really doesn't take too long. You will see as you watch this clip as it pops out that extra tone and just leaves the hair really pretty and shiny, and it still has that tone, like it's still toned but just not overtoned. Right now it's overtoned, and what this bleach wash, soap cap, whatever you want to call it, is doing is just reversing the overtone to just make it toned, if that makes sense. I said tone a lot in that sentence. But yeah, so you can actually see it working, just popping out those ends from that gray toner a little bit and just making it a really pretty bright blonde. the final look. I'm so happy with it. We got her super bright blonde and beautiful, and it looks very natural and will grow out perfectly. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and follow me on Instagram at HairByLexiDawn, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!